What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Happy Thursday, happy Hotep Thursday, and welcome to the Work Grip. Turn it down. I am Cannon. Hotep riding shotgun with me is my man Jay Pollen. What's going on, Jay? How's your Thursday going so far?
Oh, good. Making the babies their cereal, their oatmeal, usual stuff.
No, I hear that. Man, I'm just ready for the weekend, bro. I'm just ready for the weekend. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. It's been a long week, yo. So yesterday I had to go get another boat. I was in Delaware. Didn't take me long to get it. It took me about an hour and about 30 minutes to get out there. It took me about 20 minutes to get the boat on my trailer. And I hauled ass back to Baltimore while I was watching more episodes of Rock. You remember the show Rock?
Oh yeah, you know it. They only had like 10 pictures of Malcolm in the background at all times.
Yeah, I know, right? It was always talking about Malcolm X show.
Remember
it was
that?
A great show. That's one of the great sitcoms of the 90s right there. 1992 when I think it dropped for real. Come on, didn't do nothing. I'm too young to be that worn out, yo. I'm tired, yo. Like when I get off work here, sometimes I go and work for the fam, get shit done, Got to chase that bag. Shit expensive here in Biden's America. That $40 in the grocery store don't go too far no more. That grocery store, $40 in the grocery store, that shit getting me a bottle of orange juice and a pack of spaghetti. That's it.
I thought he was going with the E&J. That's where I thought this was headed.
Bro, nah, I'm not a big drinker like that. You know who's big drinkers? And they drink all my goddamn juice up? My kids. They drink all my juice. They eat up all my food all the time. Every time I'm in the kitchen, they in the kitchen. Eating up all the food. Anyway, if you're new, hit that like, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification icon. It lets you know when I got new content coming out. Hopefully it is. If you're over on Rumble, smash that thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button. Give me to 1,000 subs over on Rumble, guys. Come on, help me out here. You know what I mean? Over here on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. If you're catching the replay, leave comments. Let me know how we doing. It also helps us with the algorithm. Stop lurking, goddammit. Anyway, but Rumble been showing love, yo. I'll be looking at the numbers on Rumble. You can see the numbers on Rumble going up every time we stream. On YouTube, it's just dramatically going down, though. It's like they just hiding shit. You know what I mean?
The notifications don't come through on time, I guess.
Exactly. Emmanuel Presley said, that's the joys of being a parent. You got daggone right. I love my kids to death, but boy, they're expensive. Today, I got to go to my daughter's recital. Right, so I'm gonna probably be I should be on time for Hotep's been told you for the after party. I think it should be over about 9:30. It's only 20 minutes from the house, so I should be home in time to get on the stream. I'm gonna set it up while I'm here, get everything jumping. But it's gonna be a grind. Like I said, as soon as I get off here, go home, change up, get to my daughter's school, go support her, get home, and get ready for the show. Anyway, man. So the left, yo, these crazies is coming for the guns, yo. They coming for the guns, man. They making excuses for the shooter, and at the same time, they coming for all the guns. So this is the crazy shit, right? So you got the left, they making excuses for the shooter, right? They talking about they want sweeping gun reform, but then you got the right, even though they think they being patriotic and they think that they're making a point, trying to come for a certain group of people's gun rights, right? You know what I mean? Like I said, was it yesterday or the day before?
They know what they're doing.
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
They know exactly what they're doing.
We gotta keep the guns out of trans people's hands because they're not mentally stable and stuff like that. I'm like, that violates their Second Amendment rights, because I'm not gonna say every trans person or every LGBTQ person is mentally defective. You know what I mean? I don't want to say that, because when you do that, you know what I mean? When you do that, that messes with us. That's a slippery slope. And that gives them, you give them an inch, they take a mile. So if you start to say that, trans people need their gun rights taken away from them because of this, they want to pivot and to say, okay, well, since we took those rights from these people, now these people over here, they got an issue, so let's go take their shit too. You know what I mean? I'm for let everybody carry a gun, and some shit should arise. We handle that shit. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? You know, are some of these trans people out here crazy as hell? Yeah, they out here crazy as hell. You know, like I said, they on all sorts of SSRIs, they on all sorts of hormone therapy and shit like that. That mess with your chemical imbalance. You know what I mean? That make you all unstable. You know what I mean? The same could be said for steroids. They say steroids enhance your your traits. So if you're an asshole without steroids, on steroids you might be a super asshole. You know what I mean? If you got suicidal tendencies without steroids, you got anger issues without steroids. On steroids, you're gonna have you might be fucking Jeffrey Dahmer. You know what I mean? You might be Crispin Wild, this bitch on steroids. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Yeah, you're right. Didn't do nothing. Yeah, I agree. You know, I'm just saying, like it's just you know, it's crazy. It's crazy to me, you know. But to sit here and try to advocate to take the gun rights away from a certain group of people, I don't think we should be doing that. Period. Across the board. You know what I mean? You know, like we got crazy people all over the world. We know what we need to do? Bring back the nut houses. Right? Bring back Shepard Pratt and all of them, Cedar Sinai, all that shit. Bring them back. You got red flag?
This is called Bellevue.
Bellevue, yeah. Give them some Jello, some of that laced Jello. I don't know, goddamn it. But there are other ways to deal with this other than taking guns. Because what happens when you take guns, Jay? Not a goddamn thing. You know why? Because the crazy people gonna figure out how to do the crazy shit they want to do in spite of not having a gun.
This is yeah, they use these comparisons of these other spots like Japan. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
You hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they have those spots like Japan and Europe that they compare us to, right? But those are marginalized areas, and they're not super. Don't deal with the same mental issues that we've got over here, and all the violence that we have over here. People get stabbed just walking down the street over here. They take away these weapons. It's not like they disappear suddenly. We don't live in a utopia. They magically disappear. The criminals will still have them. The police will still have them. I noticed they don't have any smoke energy for the police that have been killing 1,200. They kill 1,200 people per year, every year, without end, without any sign of that ever stopping, and that's okay,
right.
According to these leftists, right? They're okay with the police killing everybody. They want to keep funding the police. They want to keep funding Ukraine. They want to keep giving these Ukrainians AK-47s and stuff like that, and drones and missiles and stuff. But we're supposed to be over here without any weapons at all. Come on, they know the game plan.
Exactly.
They're not stupid. They know what it is. They know that it's to disarm the citizens, to get ready for the tyrannical takeover that's just been building in place for years and years. And that's all the game plan is. Weaken our economy, weaken the people's resolve all of that, and get us down to a state where we can be ruled over, just like we're seeing what's going on with the people that have to live under tyranny in China, where they have you go get a kitchen knife in China, you have to get a QR code for it. You have to scan it so the government knows you have a kitchen knife. You have to keep track of it. You have to register your kitchen knives because they're worried you might do something back to them. You got to register everything over there. You can't even have a butter knife without it being registered to the government. So they're on their heads. So they're trying to do the same, trying to pull the same stunt here. We want to play the Jamal video right now.
Not just yet. Before we get to that, I want to get to the before we get to that one video of that lives a TikTok video. But like you were saying, it's like, you know, think about this, guys. The Second Amendment was made to protect the rest of the Constitution. The minute the Second Amendment falls, the Constitution is paper. That's it. That's it. If the Second Amendment. Wait again. There we go. I'm back.
Screen's gone dark on my end. Back. Okay.
All right. Yeah, I should be back. One in the chat if y'all can hear me. So if the Second Amendment, if the Second Amendment go by the wayside, right? The rest of the Constitution falls. And you always hear them say when we say we need our guns to fight a tyrannical government. What they always say, they always go to the nuclear option, right? They always go to that nuclear option.
Then they say, well, the left has also been saying you can't beat them anyway because they're the military. You don't understand how hypocritical you sound. You want the military and the police to be armed to the T. That's where you're going to get into issues with a tyrannical government that has no pushback at all, coming through and pushing on you daily. And imagine, they're so hypocritical, man. It's just hard to understand their mindset because they make such a big deal out of the orange man bad. What if the orange man was in control of everything and then he pushed back against all of you clowns? Exactly. They don't understand that that's how it would work. They don't understand that what are they always complaining about? The TV series Handmaid's Tale. They're always saying, see what they want to do to us, see what they want to do to us. If you take away all the weaponry and you limit us the way that you want, isn't that exactly what could possibly happen in the future? A Handmaid's Tale type of dystopian future that you keep on saying you don't want, but then yet you're daily pushing that you want it? Neither makes any sense. Both are hypocritical positions. You want a supremely armed military and a supremely armed police force at all times, but you're out here with the BLM marchers? None of this makes sense. None of it makes sense.
You ain't lying, Jay. You ain't lying about that, yo.
1,200 people. I mean, the police are already killing 1,200 people per year. What do you not get? You want them to be killing 5,000 people per year? Because now they're super armed out here like Rambo, and they have
now they got the orders to do so now.
They're just allowed to do right, and you can do whatever you want. It's carte blanche or whatever, carte blanche, right?
Yeah, it was carte blanche.
Doesn't make any sense. Make it make sense. It doesn't.
Right. You can't be out here talking about fuck 12 and defund the police.
Right.
But at the same time wanting the monopoly on power to be in the hands of the police.
Wanting them. Right. And then calling for them to be armed even more, and then calling for them to be more funding for them. Which is it? Which one? Right. Pick a lane and stay in it.
And I don't know about y'all. I'd rather if it ever came down to it and we had to fight for our freedoms again, right? I'd rather do that shit with an AR-15 than a fucking dirt rock.
The musket.
Yeah.
You got your musket. Fire one pellet at a time. You got rocks. Shoot. Sticks and rocks.
Aim small, miss small, kids. Aim small, miss small. Right, you know what I mean? I'd rather have my AR-15. Yeah, I don't got that switch on it. I don't got that third switch, but I'd rather have that AR-15 or that 300 Blackout or that Draco, you know what I mean, on my 308 than a fucking slingshot. Some fucking Molotov cocktails.
And years ago, they were worried about the Red Dawn. You know that movie Red Dawn, right?
Yeah, they were a Red Dawn scenario.
These crazed, deranged... What are these crazy, deranged leftists always talking about? They don't want a Red Dawn scenario, too. They're worried about Russia. Russia's the big bad bully. Well, shoot, we're sitting over here with nothing at all. And then we have a Red Dawn situation. What the heck are you guys talking about? It's always, it's neither, it can be either one or either or, but they can't pick a lane to choose to stay in. They can't pick a principle. They can't pick a position. They're talking out of both sides of their head every time.
Exactly. So before we keep going on this topic, I want y'all to see this crazy ass video. AJ, go ahead and start playing that. Bring up that Lives of TikTok video.
Okay, Lives of TikTok. Volume up. Hold up. Okay, is my screen shared?
I'm about to do it right, and I'm doing it right now.
Good.
Yep. Gravy.
Good. Can you see it?
Yep. All straight.
But I meant I've never met anyone that's not.
Fair use.
I can't really explain.
Is this your first time seeing a drag queen?
Yes.
How does that make you feel?
Excited, but a little bit nervous. I'm a little bit nervous. I've never seen a drag queen before.
And what do you think?
I think it's cool.
It's great?
Yeah.
Why are you nervous?
I don't know. It's just different, and new.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think that boy can wear makeup?
Yes.
And would you agree that makeup is for everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Where do you buy your drag clothes?
I bought this at Value Village, secondhand. I make a lot of it, and sometimes I'll buy things secondhand and I'll alter them to make them more.
You can see this kid
right?
trying to internalize the shit in his head. You can see that kid trying to make that shit make sense in his head. He's sitting there like, you know what the teacher said before they did this, right? You know what the teacher said before they started that shit. Be nice, children. Say nice things. You can see that kid trying to make that shit make sense in his own head. Like, that shit should not be a thing. That should not be a thing. That should not have happened. Apparently, this happened.
I thought they said they weren't coming for the kids. Isn't that what they kept saying? We're not coming for the kids.
You're in grade school trying to get validation from children. You're in grade school trying to get validation from children. Exactly. You know what my son would have said? My son would have been like, "You look weird.
Y'all sus."
Y'all sus. My son would have been like, "Yo, y'all sus." That's what my son. I'd have got a call from the school. My son probably would have been suspended for making a drag queen run out in traffic. Because my son would have been like, "You look weird, bruh. You a boy? You sus." You know what I mean? Like, that shouldn't be a thing, though. Why are you in schools trying to get validation from children? Right? The children are little assholes sometimes, but I'm sure that teacher told them to be nice children. You know what I mean? So I said all the kids look like they're confused. They did look confused, but they had to stick with the teacher. I guarantee the teacher told them to chill. Guarantee it. What's up? Hush the dirty roofer. Where you been? Saying if a Red Dawn scenario happened, half the country would run scared, the other half would think Christmas came early. That's facts. Daisy Girl says, me back, been watching news. Are you back? They was looking for an active shooter at Forsyth Tech here in North Carolina. It seems to be secure now, although they still have some students sheltering in place. See, these hoaxes going to keep happening, right? They're going to keep doing these hoaxes, and then when people is so desensitized to it, some shit going to happen, yo. I'm telling you. Keep us posted on that, Daisy Girl. You know what I mean? Watch, yo. Watch. Hunter, they busy working. Prestone is working overtime right now. They're going to keep pulling these hoaxes off until people's not paying attention, or people stop paying attention to them, and then boom, they're going to hit us with another one. That's what's going to happen. I'm telling you guys, can't pay attention to this shit. You had Joy Behar on The View talking about the NRA again, talking about lobbyists. What she was talking about, one of the congresswomen she took $1.4 million in total from the NRA over her career, and her state had 1,000 murders. In her state, Chicago had 1,000 murders last Monday. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm exaggerating, but how many murders is in Chicago a year? It's more than the whole state of that. A whole state. That's just the city. Baltimore City only got 500,000 people here. 330 murders a year per capita. Right? They keep talking about, they're taking money. This is why. Like, how about when what's her name? Beetlejuice. What was her name again? The one that just got ousted as the mayor of Chicago. Lori Lightfoot. Y'all want to come for Lori Lightfoot about the murders in her district or her city. She had more murders than any state, just in that one city.
What they do is they play games with the stats, right? The stats. They manipulate the stats a whole bunch because they don't want us to know the individual totals of anything. So it's really hard to find out individual totals on things. What do they do all the time? Murder rate. What do they do all the time? Percentages. What do they do all the time? Saying it's disadvantaged by this or that, and they don't give you the actual figures. That's what the news media does constantly. Mm-hmm. Keep us on that. Mm-hmm. How many? You can't say, so this state, how many murders did you have in this state? Well, the rate was 28.2, 0.5, 0.7 per blah 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 blah. That's not the total number. And then they don't break it down too. The same thing with this, what they're doing with the when we have these events, right? Mass shooting, 131 in the U.S. No, don't break it down. Break it down. What was the mass shooting? Was if a piñata party got out of hand and people were shooting each other in the leg, that'd be called a mass shooting. If there were crazy people sitting around just shooting each other in each other's leg, that gets counted.
Yeah, did the ops go to somebody's funeral? Right, did the ops go to somebody's funeral?
The ops went to someone's funeral?
Pop. Did the police,
and then you look up those stats too. You get 2 or 3 people injured in that, and that suddenly becomes mass shooting. But it will say, but you look it up and it says it was a Crips versus Bloods thing. It was the OGs versus whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like, or there was or these 2 cats just got out of prison and they were battling it out. It's like, what the heck are you talking about? Mass shooting event? No, it's not 131. You're exaggerating the numbers on purpose.
You're not counting
in order to try to spell out these narratives.
They're not counting home invasion.
Oh, and the fight back.
Exactly. Yep, they're not counting home invasions with somebody might have ran up in somebody's home and killed the family, because that's 3 or more, right? Let's say you got a family of 4, everybody died in that home invasion. That's happened. That's not counted as a mass shooting, is it? Or how about when somebody tried to attempt a home invasion and the homeowner lays all 3 people down? That's not, they don't consider that a mass shooting.
Right. They have over 50,000 violent crimes a year in Chicago alone, and I don't know what the number on the murders in those are, because they don't like to show you. They like to say, well, statistically this and statistically that, so that you're off target about what's going on nationwide. Of course, they want to keep us in the dark.
Exactly. Hey, if you're new, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification icon, and it'll let you know when I got new content coming out. If you want to donate to the channel, Rumble Rant, Super Chats, always welcome. If you want to donate to the Cannon Hotep 300 Blackout Fund, because I will be building the 300 Blackouts probably on Rumble, $ Cannon Hotep on Cash App. Every little bit helps. It helps keep this channel jumping. Anyway, Hunch the Dirty Ripper says, Cannon, you need to do a hood version of if Red Dawn happened, like all of a sudden NWA starts rocking on the speaker, then it's free AKs for the block. Yo, Red Dawn scenario wouldn't happen here, man. I mean, it could, but it'd be short-lived. And what I think it was who was it? I think it was Chris Rock that was like, let some shit like that happen, you're gonna see all the white people running to the hood. I'm going to the hood where it's safe. Because we ain't having it. They already said it. They said they could never attack the mainland because there's a rifle behind every blade of grass, and they ain't lying. We fighting. They can't just run up in here. They can't just run up in here. We're not like Ukraine where they had to hand out guns and teach people how to shoot. We might have to teach a few people how to shoot, but the overwhelming majority of Americans know what they're doing. 330 guns, almost, that's actually probably more, probably about 400 million guns now in America. You know what I mean? That's instant army, guys. That's what the Second Amendment was made for. But let's get to this dumbass, the guy that I got on the thumbnail. What's his name? Jamal Bowman.
Jamal?
Jay, go ahead, cue that. Yeah, go ahead, cue that bullshit up.
All right, let's see. All right, you ready?
Yep.
All right, let's get it. All right, make sure it's at the top.
Freaking cowards. They're gutless.
For you?
We're not here. I'm talking about gun violence.
You know, there's never been
I'm talking about gun violence.
in a school that allows teachers to carry.
Carry guns? You think more guns lead to more death? More guns lead to more death. Look at the data. You're not looking at any data.
So you see how he's yelling. He's yelling, trying to make his point, because he has no point. He's trying to be all verbose and thinking if he just gets louder, louder than Massey,
gets louder and louder,
win his argument.
He's trying to go viral, man.
It's all he's trying to do. Because who the fuck? He's sitting in there in the halls of Congress, yelling in the hallway like you're a fucking Hebrew Israelite, and expecting people to hear him. He just knew that there was a camera in front of him.
Yeah.
He wanted to do that. It's probably his cell phone that they shooting this from, and his ass getting dragged in his own comments on Twitter because it's stupid. You know, go keep playing it.
Yeah.
You're carrying the water for the gun lobby.
No.
Look at the data. More guns lead to more deaths. States that have open carry laws have more deaths.
In every school
States that have open carry laws have more deaths.
Never been a
Pause
Are you listening to what I'm saying? That's
Just because he's yelling a bullshit statistic don't mean to make the shit true, right? More states that got open carry gun laws have more death. Are we kidding? Are we kidding? Do we need to point back again to Chicago, where they got some of the strictest gun laws in the United States? Would you say, Emmanuel, 600 to 700 murders in Chicago already? They don't got open carry laws.
Is it that?
You know, Baltimore City, we ain't got no open carry gun law. You got to get a permit. It take an arm and a leg just to even own a handgun here. Again, consistently 330 murders a year, right? For a small city like Baltimore City. How about, you know, somewhere like Watts or someplace in LA, right? Gang violence out the ass. Memphis, gang violence, right? You know what I mean? Ferguson, St. Louis, gun violence. All these democratically run states and cities have dramatically more gun violence and death than these states that got open carry laws. He's full of shit, but because he want to yell his point and overtalk Massey and not have a legit discussion,
a debate. Right? And why would there be a debate out in the hallway? This is all just a viral stunt. It's like, man, take this to the chamber. Let's go sit down. Or if you want to have an open mic discussion, you know, where we take turns talking it out.
Exactly.
You see bring Mash Tory in.
He ain't gonna do that. He's gonna get his ass.
Go debate with someone that knows what they're talking about.
You know what I mean? Emmanuel Presley says yearly deaths in Chicago due to guns usually fall between 600 and 700 a year. That's a fucking lie. And they got some of the strictest gun laws in the United States.
Some of the strictest gun laws
in the United States.
Blasting on each other daily, right?
Daily.
What is the situation? The situation in Chicago was diverse because the way that they had all their issues prior, you know, and it just compounded over the years to get to that point. It could have been taken care of a long time ago.
A long time ago. An armed society is polite society, people. Remember that. An armed society is a polite society. You know, Hunch says the cameras are in the lobby. Yeah, and he's standing on his soapbox in that lobby. I don't see his ass out in the streets talking to people. He get his ass handed to him in them streets. He get his ass. Anybody who got common sense know that criminals ain't giving shit up. You can come grab all the guns you want. You can come and confiscate all the guns you want. Guess what? People still gonna get shot. You know, people still gonna get shot because the people that ain't supposed to have the guns in the first place gonna have the guns.
A criminal gonna do what a criminal gonna do. What part of criminal don't you understand?
Exactly. Emmanuel says there's something so feminine about this dude yelling a talking point like that. Yeah, he just because he wants to be. He trying to be this big angry black guy, and he trying to be intimidating. He's a dickhead. He's dumb. I mean, it's just annoying, right?
He's trying to get those boule brownie points.
That's exactly what he's trying to do.
That's all it is. Boule brownie points. So he can go back in there and Joe Biden's telling him you did a good job.
Got the nerve to be he wearing a Wu-Tang lapel pendant on his fucking suit sometimes. Let me tell you something there, Jamal. Wu-Tang is for the kids. And clearly you not. Anyway, go ahead, keep playing.
Calm down, children are dying. 9-year-old children. The solution is not arming teachers. Have you ever worked in a school? 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 It's a yes or no question. Have you ever worked in the school? You will not answer my question. Don't stop and talk to me. Okay, I'll bring it down a notch. Have you ever worked in the school?
I've got a bill for you.
I worked in the school for 20 years. I was a teacher. I was speaking before you came and interrupted me. I worked in the school for 20 years. I worked in the school 20 years. I was a teacher. I was a school counselor. I was a
you can go ahead, Tyler.
I was in cafeteria.
I was the principal. What the fuck did you being a principal got to do with any fucking thing, bro? What's that shit got to do with anything? What's something being a principal got to do with anything, Not a fucking thing. And I hate when they do that, right? So when they say armed teachers, you know what the first thing they say is? Teachers aren't mentally capable of having a gun in school. They might shoot one of the kids. I'm like, then they shouldn't be fucking teachers. If you're saying the teacher not mentally stable enough to be responsible for the firearm in school, but at the same time you trust this teacher with your children for 6 hours a day, what does that say? If you think teachers are mentally unstable and they can't be responsible for a handgun, they shouldn't be responsible with our children. So do we need? I mean, what? What you want? That's the shit that gets on my nerves. And never mind the kids, right? The kids are the most important, but never mind the kids. How about the teachers? How about the teachers being able to protect their own fucking life? If I'm a teacher, I ain't trying to fucking die today. This room I'm in right now, let's just say this was a classroom and we had a shooter. I would rather have my little Hellcat or my Glock 43X or my 19 or my Roni or whatever in my backpack. Be able to lock the door, right? And anything that breached that door, I put down. Any threat that breached that door, I put down. You know why? Because me personally, if this shit happened to my kids in their school, and I knew that teacher had a gun, I'd rather knew that the teacher had a gun and my kid had a good chance of surviving that fucking event than my kid in the classroom with the teacher huddled in the corner praying that the shooter don't come in and shoot him. What you think these cowards going to do when somebody starts shooting back? That's all it takes is one. It takes one armed person with a firearm that's tactically sound. And when I say tactically sound, y'all can say teachers aren't tactically sound, but guess what? If a teacher can learn to teach, a teacher can learn to shoot. If a teacher can learn to shoot, a teacher can learn to be tactical and clear a hallway. Active shooter scenarios. The police go through it. They just regular ass people like me and you. You put the teachers through a 12-week course in the summertime on their summer break. Teach them how to shoot, fighting rifle style, fighting pistol style. All it takes is one teacher to take the attention off of all of the students and put it on them. Because now you put the shooter on the defensive. Now the shooter got to fucking defend his life from you. Now you done gave all this school full of kids and teachers and other faculty and staff time to get the fuck out while the shooter is defending himself from you. Start sending rounds that way. We already heard that the shooter for Nashville, what they do? They said they was trying to go to another school. They were surveilling another school. That other school had too much security. So they said, fuck that school, we're gonna go over here.
Yet Jamal and his crew want us to call the police. Let's wait 20 minutes on the police to get there and see what happens.
Right, because what was the response time for the, was it like, I think they said like 10 minutes or 14? I forgot how long it took. Once police got there, they put in work. Salute to them. They went up in there and they
14 minutes for
quick.
It was 14 minutes for them to get out there, right?
I think
where it could be just 1 minute with the principal. It could be just 1 minute with the principal armed. It could be just 1 minute with private security at both ends of the school, with the school locked, exactly. with the backpack ordered, with the metal detectors. We harden our banks. Why don't we harden the schools? Schools are more precious and more valuable than gold and silver, than all the gold and silver in this world.
Exactly.
So what would have Jamal done in that situation? Ran out the building?
Right.
He would have exited.
He yelled at him.
And waited for police to get there.
At him. How dare you come into a gun?
That's about it.
Children are dying.
How dare you? That's all he would have done. Ran his mouth. Had the lips going. That's it.
I'm just saying, yo. You know what I mean? Who's this? Ghazi Cellmate says only volunteers carry. Look, That's all I'm gonna say. You ain't gotta force the teachers to carry. Teachers that want to carry, have them do a psych eval like you got to do with the police department, because every police officer has to go through a psych eval. Once you do that, you quietly approach the teachers that you would feel comfortable with carrying a firearm. Hey, we want to put you into this program. You will covertly and quietly conceal carry weapon of your choice, because you can backpack carry. We'll put a safe in your room or whatever. You go through this course in the summertime. It's 12 weeks with the state police or whoever you want them to go through, and you'll be, and you'll be one of 4 teachers on campus that carry, and you guys won't even know who each other are. You'll be one of 4 teachers on. They should know who each other are. They should know who the teachers who are carrying should know which one's carrying. But you'll be one of 4 teachers or whatever, or faculty to quietly carry a firearm. Hell, they do it on planes. You don't know who the fucking air marshal is. Some shit break out on the plane, the air marshal right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, it's not far-fetched to give teachers, ability to carry guns. The schools that already do it. The schools that already do that shit. Oh, Negro Hotep, what's the deal? You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, come on. Jimmy Dawes said that, the school that his kids go to, they encourage Jimmy to be strapped when he comes to the school. You know what I mean? Like I said, the Jewish schools, you can't even get in the parking lot, bro. Them shits look like military installations when you drive past them. Because they don't play about them kids. They don't play about them kids. They're going to keep their kids safe by any means necessary, and we need to do the same. Taking guns ain't going to do it. Taking guns is going to further exacerbate the problem. I just seen a meme today where it was like, it was a genie that said, it was like, I wish all guns were banned. And he said, done. And the person said, they had a little red hole, said, why am I shot? He said, oh, we banned all the guns, but criminals don't give a shit about that. But that's the case. That's the truth. Like I said, look in Maryland. Look in all of these democratically run cities that got all of this violence. The regular law-abiding citizen got to go through hoops and hurdles just to get a carry permit, or just to own a gun in their own home in the first place. But somehow they're still getting shot in the street and robbed. There's still all this gang violence. Wonder why. It ain't the NRA. It's not the NRA. The NRA ain't starting gang violence. The NRA ain't had nothing to do with happening in Nashville.
We don't live in a utopia. We don't live in any kind of kumbaya world where we're just sitting around holding hands and singing songs. It's not the way it works in the real world. People out here get violent.
Gosney Cellmate says, Jay Powell, I love your grandma's curtains. Jesus.
Oh, man. Grandma's curtains.
Reaction says, air marshal qualification is one of the hardest in the country. I guarantee it, because you got to be careful. You can't puncture the hull of the plane and depressurize that bitch. You know what I mean? I guarantee it is. I'm not saying all teachers should carry guns. I think they should have the option. But I also think, for the simple fact that a lot of teachers are in the Army Reserves or in the Air National Guard, or they're in the military, or we're in the military. You got a lot of teachers that do like shooting sports and shit like that. Those are the ones you kind of want to cater to. You know what I mean? Because somebody tried to make a point with me about teachers, teachers they're not ready for that high stress thing. I said, but I get to carry a gun in public. I get to conceal carry a gun in public. I just go to the range and shoot. Right? Now I do certain stuff to kind of hope that I'll prepare myself for a situation like that. But I said, I get to carry a gun in public. Who's to say that I won't fucking bitch up? Not saying not saying I bitch up. I'm just saying, I'm making a point. Like, that could happen. You got look at El Paso. Look at the shooting that happened in El Paso with all the police officers that stood around for 19 minutes. Or whatever it was, 48 minutes, whatever it was. All right? They was cops. They was trained. They ain't do shit. But you know who has the ability to do something the minute that shooter comes and breach that fucking classroom door? The teacher. the teacher get all the kids down on the ground behind them or whatever, get somewhere where you can see. Shooter come in the door, you shoot in that direction. You ain't got to hit the shooter, but the minute that shooter see that fucking that brick start fucking flying up off the ball, I bet they running the fuck up out of there. So nobody want to take no round. I don't care if you got armor or not. Shit, go play airsoft and see if you want to get shot. Go play some airsoft and see if you want to take one of them fucking little white pellets. Them shits fucking hurt. Moving at 400 feet per second. Imagine catching some lead at 1,300 feet per second, 2,000 feet per second.
Yeah.
That shit is crazy to me. Emmanuel said, just tell the liberals Trump is banning guns. Problem solved. You gonna say Kamala to slip up the holdovers? Right, exactly. YV, yeah, don't fucking catch a hot round. Go ahead. I don't give a fuck if you got a vest on. I bet you that round ain't gonna feel well hitting that fucking. It's gonna back them the fuck up. What's his name? Jamal Bowman. He being intellectually lazy and dishonest. He trying to make a name for himself, and it shit backfiring because he getting drugged in the comments. Because now you're saying teachers are incompetent. The ones y'all calling, they're heroes. Heroes wear capes too. The teachers is involved in the whole all that shit. Now all of a sudden teachers are incompetent and don't possess the ability to carry a firearm to protect themselves and the lives of the kids. Bullshit. It's bullshit. Then the audacity to sit there and want to take up for the shooter. Oh, they dead named her. They misgendered her. It wouldn't have happened if Nashville's trans laws were different. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. It's nonsensical. Now they want to come for guns. Like I said, guys, this shit ain't by coincidence. All right? You heard Jonah and Jay break down the fucking numbers. You heard them break the numbers down. 2, the ATF getting their ass whooped in the courts right now. The NFA might go by the wayside, and I hope it does. The pistol-based race rule is going to get overturned, and I hope it does. I think they got to go before Congress next week. And all of a sudden, some shit like this happened. And like I just said, guys, they got to go before Congress next week. I hope though nothing happened between today and the fucking 5th. I think it's the 5th. I know they definitely got to do some shit by the 1st, which is what, Saturday or some shit like that. Got some shit in by then. So I hope nothing happened by this weekend or by that time. I'm telling you, the tail wagging the duck. James asks, thank you for not being a taker. Thank you for being a giver, sir. Says pre-2020, I gave grabbers the benefit of the doubt, thinking they were just misguided. Now I think they either want to do bad things to people or are useful idiots. I say it's 50-50. I say it's 50-50 because I believe, I honestly thought that they were misguided, like you said. Like they really didn't. How did they not understand? How does this logic don't make sense? No, the logic makes perfect sense to them. But just how like they saying the Republicans are on the take from the NRA. They on the take from Soros. They on the take from Moms Demand Action. They on the take from all of those anti-gun groups. Make no mistake about that. Make no mistake about that. So they the pot calling the kettle, calling the pot, calling the kettle.
Yes. That's funny. It's funny though. Yeah. Y'all corrupt. You corrupt. You took some money. You took some money. It's like that in the spy versus spy with us 2 spies pointing at each other. Or that Spider-Man meme too. They're pointing at each other. It was you.
You're responsible for these kids' death. You're the one that want to lobby for guns. No, you're responsible for the kids' death because you won't allow armed teachers and guards to protect the schools. It's just that's all it is. It's all it is. It's just this everybody trying to have It's a pissing match. Who the biggest swinging dick in fucking Congress? That's all they want to know. Pause. They don't give a shit about our kids. They don't give a shit about you. They don't give a shit about your well-being. They give a shit about their pockets. They give a shit about their agenda. That's it. We're just cannon fodder. We're just collateral damage in that game of Risk. Period. Emmanuel says he used to be anti-gun. I used to be afraid of guns. I was afraid of guns up until what? 2012? I used to be afraid of guns in 2012. And I started learning more. But you know why I was afraid of guns? It's because I was taught to be afraid of guns. I was taught to be afraid of guns. Even though in my mind, I used to say, yo, it don't make sense for us not to have guns. These niggas out here got guns shooting us. Why can't we shoot back? I'm dead ass, but I was always taught not to have. Yo, when I was younger, me and my friends went to Walmart, right? I think we was like 19 or some shit like that. Walmart had airsoft pistols. And we got airsoft pistols. We shoot at each other. It's being dumb, right? One of my homeboy's sister found his, he was like I said, 19. She was probably in her 30s or some shit like that. She found his airsoft pistol and went the fuck off on him. And like, do you know what and she immediately started equating him to a fucking shooter. I'm like, damn, do you not know your brother? He was like, yo, it's got a red cap on it. It's a fucking airsoft gun. Like, this is, but this, she was like going off on him like he been like some menace to society, and now he got a gun. My uncle did the same shit to me when I first got my first AR and I built my first hunting rifle. He immediately saw
what you need that for?
Right. And was like, what you need that for? Oh my God, there's nothing those are only made to kill. Those are only made to kill.
Weapons of war.
I'm like, so you
those are death machines.
I got AR-15, so now I done went from this mild-mannered nephew that he got to a fucking stone cold killer now. The fucking AR-15 done changed my chemical my chemical makeup in my brain. It shouldn't alter me, and now I'm just ready to go fucking full fucking natural born killers off this bitch. Like, that's the shit that make it's funny because that's how they make it seem. Is like the tool is like some fucking drug that the minute you get the gun in your hand, you're no longer who you are. The gun has possessed you and it's taking over your body. You get an AR-15, all of a sudden you're supposed to go commit mass genocide. That's what they want you to think. Yeah, I mean, he never got in trouble before, and he touched that AR-15, man. That pistol grip, man. That pistol grip really did a number on his brain. It's the craziest shit in the world, bro. It's crazy as shit. Emmanuel says, he says, when I moved to the burbs and people weren't close to the police and didn't feel connected to the law enforcement, they had very valid reason to have guns. That's right. That's 100% right. Fuck that. Imagine living in the city, living in the hood, right? Now you guys all talking Black Lives Matter, you fucking demonizing the police. And I heard a police officer say, his name was Ed Norris. He used to be the police commissioner here in Baltimore City. He had a radio show back in early 2000s. He said, y'all keep demonizing us. It's just as easy as that first police officer on the scene to be the last police officer on the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Police don't have a duty to protect you. So when you call the police because somebody trying to kick your door in, and your fucking gun-free your gun-free zone sign ain't working, it's gonna take the police 10-15 minutes. All they gonna get there. They're gonna get there in enough time to just fucking line you in chalk and take pictures. I told y'all this before. My father, his argument with all his friends, when they asked why we got so many guns, why we feel like we need to have a gun, he told his friends, like, you and your old lady in the house butt naked in the bed, and some niggas break in and say, either you watch or you die. What you gonna do? And every last couple days later, where you get that gun from? What I gotta do to get that gun? They be calling me. I don't even know who the hell it is. Like, who this? Oh, your father told me to call. He said you help me get a gun. Because it makes sense. Because when you make that shit personal and you get that thought in your head, oh my God. You know what I mean? Somebody could follow me home and kick my fucking door in, and I gotta watch my wife or my daughter get raped or whatever. Then we die, and then they die in front of me or some shit like that. Nobody want that. So you're gonna do what you gotta do to protect what you love and who you love. You don't think them teachers don't love them kids? For a lot of teachers, it's not just a job. They really invested in them children. So you telling me if it came down to it, and somebody came in there trying to do harm to them kids, that teacher wouldn't pull that gun and end it so the kids can survive, put their life on the line for them kids? There's people that put their lives on, there's people that put their lives on the line for people they don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
Them teachers got your kids for 6 hours a day, every day, for however many weeks or months. You don't think they got a connection to your children? They want to protect your kids? You don't think it's not one teacher in any of those schools where those shootings happen that wish they had a gun to take care of the threat?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of them paid people that y'all fucking tout out there, we need more sweeping gun reform. Remember the dude at the grocery store that was like, I guess it was a bunch of black people that got killed at the grocery store? I think it was in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Remember the black dude? He said, just imagine if it was somebody in there with a gun to shoot back.
And he targeted that place too because he said he didn't see anyone carrying.
He knew it was
he
one
kept
guard
an eye on that place, right?
He said it was one. Yeah, he said he even had a conversation with the guard the day before. One guard, that's it, with a gun. He sits here. I can sneak up on him this way. That was it. It's sometimes when I walk out my house, like, I don't need it today. I go out, start my car, walk my dumb ass right back in the house, just in case.
Today might be that day.
Today might be
the day. I can't be
seven,
caught lacking.
I might just be going up the street to 7-Eleven, go get me a Slurpee or some shit. Do my ghetto Cold Stone. Get me some ice cream and a fucking brownie and some Butterfinger and start chopping that shit up. My ghetto Cold Stone and shit. I'm just gonna run to 7-Eleven. I'm just running to 7-Eleven. I go outside, start the car, and I'm like, just in case, walk my dumb ass right back in the house, grab a revolver or something small, put that shit in my hoodie and keep going. Cause you never know. You never know. But for these talking heads to sit here and say the only way to protect our children is to take the guns out of the law-abiding citizens' hands, either who was it? James said, either A, they're being intellectually lazy and dishonest, or they're being useful idiots. That's it. That's it.
I mean, that guy, so whatever, Jamal, right? He knows what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
This is for the, this is all for the, he knows exactly what time it is. He can't tell him if he was this teacher, principal, whatever, right? And like he said, which I don't doubt, but he would know how it is for those inner schools too. Those inner schools got to have the backpacks, they got to have the metal detectors, they got to have the guards. Mm-hmm. And like you said, how many mass events are happening in any of those schools? Right. How many? Zero. Like what Massey was saying, how many people are going to be running up in the school if it's got armed guards at it?
Exactly.
If people are in there packing, that's not a soft target. These people want soft targets.
Facts. El Negro says, man, I live in Cali most of my life, Los Angeles County, and the mid 2000s, we had some of the most crime. But if you look at how the schools are set up, if you ain't supposed to be on that campus, except you're not supposed to be on that campus, you wasn't getting on that campus. And I made that same point the other day. I said, as much crime as Baltimore City got, try to get one of these public schools with some shit. Ain't happening, Alvin. You gotta get through a metal detector and 3 officers first before you even get to that school. Then I said with the Jewish communities, they got a guard shack, sir, with guards with drop leg holsters and fucking plate carriers, kitted out. You ain't getting on campus. It works. It works. This ain't the first shooter who said they didn't go to another target because they had too much security. The Buffalo shooter said he didn't go to another store because it was more than likely somebody else going to be in there armed up that might shoot back. You know what's funny to me though? This is the first time they ain't released no manifesto. They ain't released a manifesto of this shooter. I wonder why.
Oh, because it doesn't push any of those right wing quote unquote talking points. That's why. Remember the last ones was those. That's what it is. This one gonna have all kind of crazy stuff in it, I guess, huh?
Huh?
They don't want that pushback. Remember for the last couple ones they were talking crazy, right? It was racially motivated and all that, and they had it out there where you could read it.
The manual
kids more
says
important than the building.
Yeah, kids are way more important than a building. Congress is armed guards for buildings. Your kids are more important than buildings. That's facts. You know what I mean? It's also a complimentary closing Glock. That's the funny
when I was
part,
there,
right? Because they want to go after Glock, but your fucking guards carry Glock. That's the thing I don't understand. Is how we want to go after Springfield Armory. We want to go after Glock. We want to go after SIG. We want to go after BMG. We want to go after all of these gun manufacturers. Okay, so you want to close these gun manufacturers, but guess what? These same gun manufacturers are the same. They manufacture the guns that your fucking security carry. How you gonna go after SIG when the military got a SIG contract? How you gonna go after the Glock when Glock supply the fucking handguns for every law enforcement agency damn near? How? Are you gonna go after Springfield? Okay, well what about them bolt action rifles that the president's sniper got? Huh? Tell me that. That's the shit I don't get. It's just like I said. It's just mental gymnastics. It's Olympic level. Olympic level, bro. I don't understand it. And you see dumbasses like Jamal Bowman. When you see these idiots start talking and standing up on their fucking, and you know what? We live on Twitter. At that nigga. Let them see this fucking stream. When you see dumbasses like Jamal Bowman sitting there yelling in front of Congress trying to be this big dumbass, he looked more like a fool than anyway. You yelling and screaming in the halls of Congress when you around security and all this other shit. That's like me trying to get in somebody's face and talk about, hold me back, hold me back, hold me back. Because I know that ain't nobody gonna let no shit happen.
Hold me back. That's the funniest one ever.
Shit is fucking crazy, man.
Oh man, you're right.
LAPD got a school police, and that's not even counting the gang unit. Same thing here in Baltimore. Exactly. They Baltimore City police that just so happen to be patrolling schools. That's how that shit is. Bobby said they throwing everything at the wall. I hope it sticks. Hoping something sticks. Yeah. I'm serious, Daisy girl. That's how.
Remember when I went
acting.
to the hold me back. When I went to the Philippines, they had the armed security with shotguns with the hand, so like a shotgun over his shoulder, handgun. I sent you that picture. Like anywhere you went to the KFC, you went to the Taco Bell, you went to the jewelry store, you went to the Popeyes, whatever you went to over there in the Philippines, they had security guards there, sometimes two, and they were armed up. They were strapped up every spot that you went. I was like, they didn't have any issues. There was no issues going on, but there was nobody coming to rob the spot. There was nobody doing anything. And you walk outside, you know how they have like the little parks where you just walking around the parks. You see security guards walking around in the park. You see security guards everywhere walking around the park. You know, they come, you pull up in a taxi cab or whatever. A security guard that you don't even know from Adam will come over there and open your taxi cab and let you out the taxi cab. Oh
shit! I feel safe as a motherfucker.
You coming in here? You coming in our store? Safe. You go in the mall. And there's a person standing there to help you, and a security guard as soon as you come into the Foot Locker. You go into the Foot Locker, and the guy waves, "Hey, you coming in the Foot Locker?" And he holding a shotgun or an AR. And that's how it is over there. There is not a single spot that you can go to where you don't see security guards, and they're strapped to the T. Some of them.
Mm-hmm. Ready to lay somebody down. I'd be happy as hell. Like, I appreciate you guys. I might even tip them. God damn it. Emmanuel says it will take everyone at Hotep Con to hold me. Get out of here.
Take what? Let me see what he's talking about.
Gosney says, surprised that he didn't say that his daddy can beat up your daddy. That's how he was acting. He up there puffing his chest out like Massey was really going to do something. Massey's sitting there trying to have a conversation with him, but he wanted to keep yelling because it's annoying. I don't know why people think that that's a debate or that's an argument. That shit is not a fucking argument. That's you sounding like a whole asshole, not making any sense, not making any logic, solely for emotional tweet and viral tweet. Shit is crazy. Guys, don't let them come for your guns, man. When you see these dummies on Twitter and all this other shit, you know, these congressmen and women, voice your opinion at them. Let them know that they sound fucking retarded. Anyway, you got anything else, Jay?
No, tonight is Hotep Thursday. So be there for Hotep's Been Told You. And then we doing the after party afterwards.
Yeah, so I might be a little late on the after party. I'll let you know. I should be done my daughter's recital by 9. And if it's done by 9, I'll definitely be in the house on time. If not, it might be like 15 minutes late, if that's the case. But I'm pretty sure we'll still be on time because this is the second night of the recital. My wife went yesterday. They got finished at like 9:15, something like that. So they was home way before I know HJ and Uncle Hotep gonna be done. So anyway, guys, I gotta get back to the grind. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. If you're new, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification icons, guys. Get me to 1,000 subs over on Rumble, y'all. Please, y'all help me out with that. If you want to donate to the channel, Super Cash, Rumble Rants, Cash App, $Cannon Hotep. Send your boy $1, $2. God damn it. We're gonna build this 300 blackout. Anyway, it's Cannon Hotep saying, be safe, stay strapped, don't miss, and don't let these idiots get rid of our guns. I'll holler at you.